Okay, so let me start my session. In this session, I'm going to give you the introduction part of CAD/CAM. So that means overview of CAD/CAM I'm going to discuss. What exactly the process involved in CAD and CAM, and what is the information required while transforming raw material into the finished goods, what exactly the steps required, are the stages required to transform raw material into the finished goods I will discuss in this session. Then I will also discuss the CAD and CAM definition and what is the difference between conventional design and manufacturing with the computer aided design and manufacturing. That also we will see briefly in this session. This session may not take not more than 45 to 50 minutes. So let me move further to see what are the contents. We will see the overview in which we will see the CAD/CAM cycle. That means you have some concept in your brain. Then if you want to manufacture one component, then what exactly the information that you require and what exactly the steps you require to transform that concept into the useful form. That also we will see with the CAD/CAM cycle with information flow or typical CAD/CAM cycle I'm going to discuss in this session. Then we will see the introduction part to the computer aided design. Then stages we will discuss. Finally, we will discuss the benefits of CAD. Now let me discuss the overview of CAD/CAM. Any of the industry, if you want to, if you take any of the firm or industry, the objective of any of the industry of the firm is to produce the products with the lowest possible price. Any of the industry, you take any manufacturing industry, you take any of the supply chain industry, you take any of the e-commerce industry, you take. So their objective is to produce the lowest possible, produce the products with the lowest possible cost, okay, and with a good quality. Their objective is to produce the products with good quality products with the lowest possible cost. As much as possible, we need to reduce the cost. The challenge of any industry is to reduce the cost of the product, then only they can sustain in the market. The quality and the cost must be proportional to each other. So if you are able to design the component, or if you are able to produce the component with the optimized, so in turn you can call it as an optimized design. If you design the products with the optimized design, and with that optimized design concept, you should be able to produce or manufacture that component with the lowest possible price, with a high quality. So that will become the objective of any industry. Their focus, their intention will be only two parameters. One is the quality and the other one is the uh, cost. Because in turn, quality and cost is somewhere related. So suppose if you want to increase the quality, so the cost automatically increases. So these two are very, very important terms for any of the industry, because as you can see, if you want to produce high quality of the product, the cost also increases. So these two are directly proportional, but we need to produce the products with optimized cost. Of course, you cannot produce the low quality products because that product cannot sustain in the market. No one is going to purchase. That is obvious. The cost and quality in the market, whenever you are selling, whenever you are purchasing in the market, any of the component in the market, definitely you will look for the quality. Along with that, you will also look for the cost. So the cost must be affordable. With respect to the cost, you must want to get the quality according to the cost that you are affording. This is what the relation. But it is a real challenge for any of the industrialists to produce the products with the lowest possible price with the high cost. That is the challenge. The firms or the industries who are in position to produce, or they relate these two terms effectively, so those companies can survive, those companies can shine in the market, in the globalization. So this is what the objective of the industry. So in the current trend of the manufacturing, to achieve the above objective, as I said just now, the industry, missions, and everything, any activity in the industry must be assisted with the computers. Then only we can achieve the objective, as I said just now. So all the activities in the industry must be assisted with the computers or the computing machines. Computing machines means computers. So then only we can increase the speed, accuracy, and reusability of the data. Suppose assume that reusability of the data means you are designed some component. Assume that you are designed one shaft, you are designed one coupling. Okay. So suppose if you have some modification, the customer is not going to purchase the same component with respect to the time. So the customers will also expect the modification in the design. They want some modification in the design. So if you have the data, so if you have the data, so if you are able to reuse that data, so how do you increase the reusability? Reusability can be achieved when you have the computer. If you are able to store that data in the computer, you can modify that wherever you want. You can go to that point, you can modify the coding, you can modify the design according to your requirement. Then you can send it for the manufacturing. So that is what the reusability. Okay. Example, you take the coupling. Coupling is designed to transmit 10 kilowatts power, and it is going to connect the two shafts. It is going to connect the two shafts to transmit 10 kilowatts power with a shaft diameter of 100 millimeters. Assume that. But a customer wants to wants an other design, like he wants the coupling to transmit 5 kilowatts power, to connect the two shafts to transmit 5 kilowatts power. So instead of designing the coupling right from the scratch, already you have some design that is to transmit 10 kilowatts power, and to connect 100 diameter shafts, right? So instead of designing right from the scratch, so already you have one design. So take that design to transmit, which is used to transmit 10 kilowatts power to connect the 100 diameter shafts. So take that design data and you modify according to your requirement. So that is what the reusability. So this data must be reused. So then if you use the computing machines, definitely the accuracy increases. Suppose design involves number of calculations, you need to perform number of iterations. So if you perform all the calculations and iterations manually, definitely that will lead to the error. So to reduce error, so if you use the computing machines or computers, definitely we can increase the accuracy. And similarly, if you come to the speed, so already if you perform all the calculations, if you perform all the iterations while designing, the speed, if you perform all this manually, definitely it takes more time. If you use computers or computing machines, so definitely you can increase the speed, you can increase the accuracy, and obvious that you can reuse the data. This is what the advantage of the computing machines. So my intention here is, it is necessary to use the computing machines in the activities of the manufacturing industry, right from the design stage to the manufacturing stage. So that means to reduce the cost of the product, to achieve the objective of the industry, if it is a manufacturing industry, you must use the computers or the computing machines. Then only you can achieve your objective. That is what the meaning of this point. Now let me move further. As I said just now, it is necessary to assist all the activities of the industry with the computing machines or the computers. If the design stage is assisted with the computer, then it is termed as computer-aided design. If the manufacturing stage is assisted with the computer, then it is called the computer-aided manufacturing. So you might get a doubt that in what way computer is useful in manufacturing. You might get a doubt, right? But in the later stages, in the coming chapters, we are going to learn the programming. Okay, G code and M code are the programming. All the CNC machines are going to run with the G code and M code programming. So that coding will be done in the program in the computer. So computer is assisted for coding part in manufacturing. So if you write a code somewhere in the computer and if you integrate that computer with the machine, CNC machine, we can manufacture the component according to the code, whatever we wrote in the computer. According to that code, the tool is going to move and the tool is going to produce the components. Because the machine is going to act according to the instructions of the program. So in that way also, the manufacturing phase is also assisted with the computer. This is what the application of the computer in the manufacturing side. Okay. So then in the design side, as you can see in the design side, so computer aided design, as I said just now, if you are able to design, if you are able to reuse the design part by using the computer, if you have computer, definitely you can reuse the design. You can go to the point where you want the modification, you modify the calculations, and all will be performed using the computer. So that type of design, or if the design phase is assisted with the computer, then that is called the computer aided design. If the manufacturing stage is assisted with the computer, that is called the computer aided manufacturing. In brief, I can tell you that if the design part is assisted with the computer, that is called the computer aided design. If the manufacturing part is assisted with the computer, then it is called the computer aided manufacturing. CAD and CAM, these are the two terms you come across enter this subject. And one more thing I would like to tell you, CAD and CAM is a growing subject in coming days. Okay, so you must be familiar with all the terminology, and this subject is very, very important if you want to do job in okay, so if you want to do job in a CAD CAM side, if you want to do job in core mechanical side, CAD and CAM is very, very important subject. If you go for other software jobs like the C programming, Java side, and conventional programming side, you can go, but there you don't require the mechanical knowledge. But if you want to do job in mechanical side, core mechanical subject side, you must require CAD and CAM. CAD and CAM knowledge is essential. Okay, so let me move further. So this is exactly the definition of CAD and CAM. So CAD CAM is mainly concerned with the application of computers. As I said just now, computers are used in the manufacturing side and as well as the design side. Then we're terming those two terms, and these two terms are evolved. Design and manufacturing terms are evolved as computer-aided design and computer-aided manufacturing. Okay, so computers are assisted in the manufacturing side to manufacture the engineering components from drawing phase to the production phase. So right from the scratch, your manufacturing phase, your starts from the drawing phase, okay, to the production. Then from the quality department to the warehouse, quality control department will also use the computer, and as well as the warehouse is also going to use the computers. So computers are assisted everywhere in the company. So like the design phase, That means drawing phase, production phase means manufacturing phase, quality control, and as well as the warehouse. Warehouse means where all the components will be stored. So you have some big warehouse where all the items, all the goods will be stored. So that is called the warehouse. So this is exactly the overview. When it comes to the typical CAD/CAM cycle with the information flow, now let us see what is exactly the CAD/CAM cycle. What are the steps involved to transform raw material into the finished good? So what exactly the steps that you can observe in this figure? Initially, you have some concept in your brain. So it can be design of a component, or it can be, as of now, you think that you have some concept to design one component. That is the concept. So that you have in your brain. So that by using that conceptual design, okay, by using that conceptual design, it may be design of shaft, it may be design of coupling, it may be design of brake. So that is called one concept that is in your brain. Okay? So using that conceptual design, and you are going to produce one solid model. You are going to generate one solid model using any of the commercially available 3D modeling softwares like the ProE, CATIA, Unigraphics. Then you have Creo, and all those softwares are commercially available in the market to generate the solid model. So using any of the commercially available solid model, you are going to create the solid model, and that means your conceptual design, based on the conceptual design, you are going to generate one solid model. Okay, so that solid model is converted to the neutral format file. So where, so that is that file is used to open. That file can be opened in any of the domain, any of the software. Assume that you are created this solid model in ProE. So that may be opened in any of the software like Unigraphics or CATIA. So in that case, that model needs to be converted to the neutral format file. So that must be analyzed. So after creating this solid model, so it must be analyzed whether this design, whether this model is going to sustain, and as per your requirement, is it going to sustain? I mean, this design should be analyzed for the maximum stress, minimum stress, and maximum metal condition, minimum metal condition, and all those will be analyzed during the analysis stage. But in this stage, you are not analyzed, you are only generated the solid model, and after creating the solid model, you need to be analyzed. So that must be opened in any of the analysis software. So in the market, analysis softwares are available. So those analysis softwares are like ANSYS, Abacus are the two popularly used softwares in the market. So using those softwares, so solid model will be analyzed. So which is created in any of the solid modeling software. So to open this solid model in any of the analysis software, this solid model must be converted to the neutral format file. So this model directly you cannot open in any of the analysis software. Before that, you should convert this into the neutral format file. So to open in any of the commercially available softwares. So that neutral format file will be opened in any of the analysis software. Then it will be analyzed according to your design, whether it is meeting to your requirements or not. So in that software, you are going to analyze. Okay, so maximum stress, minimum stress, all will be calculated as you are already designed the shafts, right? In the case of shafts, you are already designed whether the maximum stress is within the limits or not. That all the analysis will be done in the analysis software. Okay, so after analyzing the part, and after as and when you satisfy with the analysis part, then the next step is to process planning. So in the case of process planning, what machine you are going to use, and cutting parameters like the speed, feed, and depth of cut will be calculated, will be selected during this stage. during the process planning stage, but here it is a computer aided process planning. At this stage, speed, feed, depth of cut, these are the cutting parameters, and as well as the what machine you are going to use, type of machine and type of tool, then cutting parameters, and all those will be selected during this stage. So that stage is called the computer aided process planning, or simply you can call it as process planning stage. I repeat this: during the process planning stage, the cutting parameters, type of machine and type of tool to be used, and all those will be calculated during the computer aided process planning, and all those will be selected and all those will be calculated during the process planning stage. So in turn, the parameters required to manufacture will be selected during the process planning stage. Okay. So then after process planning, uh, NC coding will be done. So NC coding or the CNC coding will be done in any of the using the in any of the coding language. So APT is one of the programming language. G code and M code will be used to in NC coding or CNC coding. Using G codes and M codes, so you will write some program. As of now, you think that, so you have one CNC coding program, there is some definite syntax. So all those will be performed, and a program will be written during this stage. And that code will be integrated to the NC machine. So where actual work will be performed, and this code will be fed into the NC machine or CNC machine where actual work will be performed. So this is how the typical CAD CAM cycle, and these are actual steps involved in the CAD CAM cycle. So you have conceptual design, and finally you are going to manufacture the component using the NCF or CNC machine. So these are all the steps that you need to remember. Whenever anybody asks you regarding the CAD CAM steps, you must be able to explain briefly what are the steps involved in typical CAD CAM cycle. This is very, very important as per your CAD CAM subject point of view. This is how, these are all the steps involved. But as of now, you have only, I have only 1 minute step, 1 minute time. Okay. So I will stop here, and in the next class, so I